everyone, welcome to this year's store walkthrough. As you can see, we have some new signs. We've created a word cloud for our store so you can find us easier here. Outside of the store, we always have a few things prepared. This year we have a few kits available that you can take home with you, all ready to go. And on this side we have some sales that we always put out on during Yarn Pro. Here are some of the items we have here, and now let's go inside.
Hi, welcome. We're going to walk through a lot of the new models and things that we have available in store. As you come in, you're going to see some of our new models. First off, we're going to start with the crochet shawl. This one is titled Chocomania, and this is done in RMR Yarn Co. yarn in their 75/25 base, and the color is Para G. Then another crochet shawl that we have is the Seiche shawl, and it has this lovely texture throughout. And this one is done also in RMR Yarn Co. yarn and the colorway Floreciendo en la Ceniza. You get all this lovely, they look like shirt rows almost. I was jealous by not making this model, but that's okay. Then we also have some knitted models. This one is the Pink Monarda. The Pink Monarda by Susan Biche. And then this is a 2-skein shawl, nice loose gauge, also in RMR Yarn Co. yarn in the colorway Mariposa, which is this speckly yarn, and Frambuesa. Then we have other shawls. This one is the Shawl of Destiny by Amba O'Brien, and this is done in our starry base in the colorway Un Poco Soleado, and then the red is Rojo Hormiga, also with RMR Yarn Co. yarn. Then we have Exordium. Exordium is a 2-skein shawl. This particular shawl is done in our silk base. However, we have these colorways in our 75/25 merino nylon base. This is a really easy shawl, a lot of garter and stripes, and then this little lovely pattern. And all of these kits will be available in our signature boxes. If there are any colors that you want to switch out, definitely feel free to do so. We have a lot of new colors available this year, which we will get to momentarily. Another shawl that we have is the Gatsby shawl by Dawn Henderson, and this is done in our colorway Gotitas de Rocío. Now, I did do a couple extra repeats than it called for, just because I wanted to use more of that second skein. But it's an easy pattern, a lot of garter. Then this is our RMR Yarn Co. wall. We have a lot of new colorways for this year. If you follow RMR Yarn Co. yarn on Instagram, all the colorway names and will be available. So I'm going to give a few moments just because there's so many to go through. But then all of these options, if there's a particular model that you would that we've made and you want to switch out the colors, or if you need help, we can definitely help out and help you choose other colorways. You'll see more of our different bases as well. We have our mohair base in some of our colorways, a regular 75/25, and we also have our starry base, which it's really nice and soft. And then we have some DK weight and chunky. This is one of our favorites. This is Patricio, which is done in our starry base, and we also have it in our fingering and DK. One of our other models up top, we have the Palindrome Cowl, which we've done in 2 different weights, but this time we did it in two Aran weight colorways. Puerto is the blue and Ceniza is that grayish tone. 2 other shawls that we have kits for is this one. This is Surin, and I did use a bigger needle because I wanted a bigger shawl. But this has a little bit of everything. This has some cables, it has drop stitches, and then towards the bottom you'll see some twisted stitches for a lovely design. And it's a very simple pattern. Then we have one of our favorites, which is La Crow, and this is a 3-skein shawl, 3 different colors. mostly garter, and then you'll have these sections of mosaic breaks to introduce new colors, and then towards the end you also have like all the three colors come together. It was really fun to make. For this year, we have the Dirtbag Bougie Knitter Yarn Trunk Show, which is from Portland, Oregon. Not Portland, I'm sorry, she's from Oregon. But we have lots of colorways, and then we have an exclusive sock set in our store, which is this lovely one, and it's really pretty. And then her mohair is just amazing. Like, this is just petting happiness right here. Then we have other kits throughout the store. You'll see them with the pattern and in the bags as well. Then right up front, we'll have the Moon Whistle shawl by Andrea Mori. Hello.
Hi.
Yay! We'll have the Moon Whistle shawl done with 3 variegated skeins of yarn. I have that different pops of color, and we have kits available for this as well. Then we have the Franz shawl, which is a crocheted shawl. This one is done in Arroyo Malabrigo, and it just takes 2 skeins to do this. Very simple. You can keep going if you wanted to have a bigger shawl. Then we have all sorts of new baby yarns and baby items. We have like cardigans and hats, and we also have like a blanket with little ears done in our yummy yarn. Then over this way we have more baby items. We have some baby ponchos in chunky weight, and then also in our Blossom Chunky. Blossom yarn does the little, the blossoms pop up as you work the yarn itself. There's no color work involved. This particular poncho comes with this hat. It was really fun to make. It's supposed to have pom-poms, but I haven't gotten to that part yet. But just imagine it has pom-poms there. Then we have a crocheted shawl, which is the Sitka shawl. This is done in Adore, and it takes 3 skeins to do this, and it has lovely texture throughout. Also, we have the Metabilis cowl. This is done in our Nymph yarn, and it's a really easy pattern, and the yarn is just really, really soft. It's a cotton-based yarn. It has a little bit of a halo to it. Then this is our wall of bags. We have a lot of new RMR bags available. Different designs. Each one is very unique. Give you a chance. There's some bags with like faux leather, and they're just really adorable. Lots of pockets because we love pockets. Oops, sorry. We have more buttons and other favorites. This is one of my new favorites, which is these Cruella DeVille buttons available. We also have like Mickey, baby Mickeys and stuff. A lot of new little notions available. We also have the Glimmer shawl that was, I redid it in DK Weight superwash yarn. And this is just one color, and I even did a picot edging on this one. This just takes 2 skeins to do this particular shawl. Really easy pattern, easy to follow. You can keep going if you want to make it bigger. Then we come into our chunky weight section. Oh, sorry. First, the Chicago Yarn Crawl basket. This is the basket for this year, and we will have, you can register by scanning the QR code. We also have a lot of L2D2 swag. We have some new stainless steel mason jar mugs, some that say chain hook stash crochet, and for our knitters, knit pearl stash and needles. We also have some Starbucks cups with a bit of a knit pattern, and then we also have these sweater weather hot cups, and they're color changing as well. We also have some clear notions bags for all those little things that we need to carry around with us with our projects. Now in our bulky section, we have one of our favorites, which is the Palindrome cowl, done in Timeless Chunky and a variegated, really bright yarn. And then we also have a new model. This is the eggshell cowl done. This particular model is done in our cashmere base, but we have these colors in our 75-25. Now, if you're not familiar with the eggshell sweater from Pom Pom, it was a colorwork sweater that had the same design throughout, but the designer did a cowl version of this, and you work up the cowl and it has like a lining as well, so you end up with like a double knit cowl. It's really warm, especially for Midwestern winters and such. New this year, we also have our Yarn Cloud pins, which is the sign that you will see outside as you're walking in.
And this is a UFO. It is the my unfinished night shift. As you can see, we prepared kits for you to take home with you, but we just needed to display it for you to see how it looks.
Then we come into our super bulky section. We have several crocheted patterns, a crocheted hat and cowl, and some knitted hats as well. We have this cute little cat hat with our alpine yarn. It's super soft and warm. And then this is a Sidewinder cowl done in our bee wool yarn. And also available if you want to do something a little bit different, we have this this pillow pattern with our Timeless Super Chunky yarn. So it's a quick project. Then for our more L2D2 swag, shiny sheep. And here we have a new cowl for this year, which is done with our Cascade Pacific. It's knit flat, has a basket weave effect, and you just add buttons and you're done. Also in our worsted weight section, we have Nordic Tapestry. So Nordic Tapestry is a Fair Isle Effect self-patterning yarn. And so this one, we did this cowl, and you pretty much knit a tube, and you keep going until you have used most of your yarn, and then you seam it together, and you end up with this like double knit cowl. Again, perfect for our Midwestern winters, and it does the Fair Isle Effect for you. We also have another Fair Isle Effect yarn in DK weight, and this is the Fjord yarn in DK. So this yarn does all the work for you. You don't have to do any of the color work. And this was one of our favorites in store, and we have a lot of new colorways for this one. So we'll go through and show you all the colorways that we have available. One of our favorites is this one titled Bok, B-O-K, and it's this lovely like bluish gray with little yellow goldish tones. We also have a Harvest yarn, and that's that top up there, so another like striping yarn. That top is very versatile. We also have new colors of Riot, so for patterns like the night shift that you saw and the moon whistle, you can switch out all of the colors if you want a different color palette. Alright, now we move on to our hand-dyed section. We have some yarn from Chameleon Hand Dyed Yarns, which is a local to us indie dyer. She has these lovely linen yarn. Then we have from Mita Yarn. This is Jessie is the dyer behind this, Jessie Frias, and we love her colorways, really bright colors. These are some of our exclusive colorways for us, and one of our fan favorites, which is Midnight Rainbows. It's a very pretty name. And then new to our store is Essence of Autumn yarn. So we have several colorways. We have a project started with this one colorway and a tonal yarn to do a shawl, so have those nice breaks of color. Have our Malabrigo section, and we've come full circle to RMR yarn. So thank you for joining us for our walkthrough. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon.